bottom of my hand is at about the level of my ear or my nose. The tips of my bachi are falling slightly in. Okay. This is very similar to the way Kodo plays miyake. It's almost the same arm position. You have to get her where the traditional style of playing miyake is more hangy downy, Kodo, they want to see these bachi up so that the audience sees the sort of stronger appearance and more space taken up. Yatai is like that, only back. Okay? It is very common when people go back to go back. Dun, taka, taka, taka. You have to keep the core of your body stable and grounded as you're opening back in order to look strong when you open up. So I'm sitting, my back is straight, tan, taka, 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 and I'm resting in my hips, in my hip flexors and my abdominals, and in my lower back, my glutes. All of these muscles are engaging so my upper body can do this in a powerful way, and in a way that I'm not going to hurt my lower back. Okay? So as you're sitting there, even if I don't have a drum in front of me, if I had a drum to rely on, and I could anchor in, I would use that drum to anchor my body with. And in fact, when I first started doing this and when I went to visit Kodo, that was something people did. They hooked themselves into the drum, and they did this for an hour. Okay? This is engaging my stomach muscles, and the way they play tends to be very laid back and straight the whole time. Most groups in Japan don't play like that. They play mostly sitting up and occasionally going back. And everybody says, well, doesn't that kill your abs? No, because I'm using my hip flexors, not my abdominals. So as I'm hooked into the stand and underneath the drum, and understand these stands with the big leg holes allow you to get your legs right up cozy parallel to the drum. The traditional Yatai Bayashi stand, you can only get your ankles into, and it's pretty wide, and it doesn't give you any support here. The great thing about having these big leg holes is that you can actually get your legs in and get a counterbalance and lateral support from your legs. Okay? So as you're sitting down, what I'd like you to do is put your hands here, and without trying to make them work, extend your back, extend your spine straight up. Get your weight, the feeling of your body in your belly, in your abdomen, and notice when you do this, for most people, your lower back starts to ache a little bit, right? Would you say that is true? Unfortunately, that's the aesthetic of the style in Japan. You want, when you're sitting there, to not be slumped over. You want to have a nice, straight back, but it can't just be erect. It has to be fully empowered from your hips, from where you're connected to the ground, and how you're connected to the drum, up through your body, in relation to the drum, balanced and powerful, nice, big, upright, proud bearing, without being like this. You want the energy to come up through, underneath you, and to open up into being powerful. Okay? And when you bring your arms out and open, you can't be rigid coming back. The more rigid you are as you're opening up, the more likely you are to do this kind of wobbly stuff. This is actually very loose pop. I'm almost punching out and coming back, but laying down instead of pulling back. Okay? So, tan, taka, taka, taka. I'm actually coming up a little bit, popping out. Okay? Some people like to be facing the drum. For the most part, I'm coming out and opening up here. here so it's not just me and the drum. Dun, taka, taka, taka. Here I am, under all the stars in the sky and the birds flying overhead, right? Tan, taka, 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 tan, taka, taka, taka. So let's just try that, Nobachi. Tan, taka, 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 tan, taka, taka, taka,